The true story of Henry Box Brown. Henry Brown was born enslaved in Louisa County, Virginia, around 1815. As an adult, he lived in Richmond and worked in a tobacco factory. His wife, Nancy, and their children were enslaved on another plantation. In 1848, despite Henry's efforts to buy their freedom, they were sold away to North Carolina. Inspiration for escape. The loss of his family devastated him. Henry decided he would not spend the rest of his life in bondage. With the help of a free black man named James Caesar Anthony Smith and a white abolitionist named Samuel Alexander Smith, no relation, he devised a daring plan: ship himself to freedom in a wooden crate. The escape, March 23, 1849. Henry climbed into a box 3 feet long, 2 feet 8 inches deep, and 2 feet wide, barely big enough to sit crouched. The crate was labeled dry goods and shipped from Richmond to Philadelphia, a journey of about 27 hours by wagon, train, and steamboat. 27 hours in a box, Richmond to Philadelphia, March 23, 24, 1849, hour 0, Richmond, Virginia. The pine crate is small enough that Henry's knees press into his chest and his chin rests on his knees. The air smells of resin and damp wood. He sits on a single bladder of water, a small biscuit tucked into his coat pocket. "Remember," James Smith says softly from outside, "no matter what happens, don't make a sound." Nails scrape, then pound. The lid is shut. Darkness swallows him. The last sound he hears from his friends is the rasp of rope being tied around the box. Hour 1. The wagon jolts forward. His back knocks against the wall. Hooves clatter on cobblestones. The box rocks with every turn. He hears the creak of harness leather and the low murmur of the driver. Henry counts each bump to keep calm. 1, 2, 3. Hour 3, they load him onto a railroad car. The slam of a door echoes like a gunshot in the hollow space. The floor shudders under iron wheels. Coal smoke drifts through the gaps in the planks, the smell of movement toward freedom. He dares to sip water from the bladder. Hour 6. The car stops. Voices outside. The box shifts suddenly, then tips. Henry slides, his shoulder slamming into the side. They've turned him upside down. Hour 7. Blood rushes to his head. His temples throb, his eyes ache. He tries to brace with his hands and feet, but there is nowhere to push. His throat tightens. He tells himself over and over, "Still, still, still." The minutes feel like hours. He gasps silently, lungs burning. His biscuit lies crushed at his feet. He lets the crumbs dissolve on his tongue, tasting freedom in every dry swallow. Hour 12, night. The journey moves to a steamboat. He can hear the low churning of the paddle wheel. The box sways with the river's current. Water sloshes against the hull somewhere nearby. He imagines slipping over the side, sinking without a trace, and shakes the thought away. Hour 18. He drifts in and out of a cramped doze. Dreams are sharp and quick. His wife's face, his children's laughter, the factory floor. He wakes with the ache of their absence. Hour 22. Another stop. More voices. The crate is handled roughly, dropped from a short height. His teeth clack together. He clenches his jaw. "Not yet, don't make a sound." Hour 26. The journey slows. The crate is set down still and quiet. He hears footsteps. The sound of a key in a lock. The air outside smells different. Cooler, freer. Hour 27, Philadelphia, a hammer pries at the nails. Light slices into the darkness. A voice says, almost in disbelief, "My God, there's a man in here." Henry unfolds himself, every joint aching. The room tilts with his exhaustion, but he stands straight as he can. "I waited patiently on the Lord," he says, his voice steady, "and he heard my prayer." Hands clap his shoulders. The room fills with voices, laughing, cheering, crying. Henry Brown has stepped out of his box and into his freedom. Life after. He became a well-known speaker and performer in the abolition movement, nicknamed Henry Box Brown. After the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 made escaped slaves vulnerable to capture in free states, he moved to England, where he lectured and performed. He returned to the U.S. after the Civil War and continued performing until his death in 1897.